Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Roma Theory. Roma 1, Genoa 0 in the last home game of the season. It was definitely the last game for a few of these players. Who will these players be is the big question. The big question which not only De Rossi is asking himself, but also Ghisolfi, who the Nice president yesterday evening has confirmed that he will make his way to Roma in these coming days. And therefore he will have the massive responsibility and ultimate job of reconstructing this team to bring it back to the levels it deserves to be. And this is a question and a topic which you will definitely orientate around. Who do I want to keep? Who do I need to sell? I'm not here to do that today. I'm here to speak about the game. I'm here to speak and give my opinions, my ideas on yesterday's game, the last home game of the season, which we won with a Lukaku goal. Towards the end of the game, when it was 10, we were in 10 and they were in 11 following a Paredes red card. Right, the season is coming to an end, as I always said. And I keep on saying in these past days. If you've enjoyed it, my friends, I want everybody to hit the like. If you're watching live or not, please do hit the like. It takes 2 seconds and it supports the channel a lot. And if you want all of this back again next season, then show me that by hitting the like. Subscribe if you haven't already as well. Hello FG and hello Henricas. And hello to everybody else who's in the stream. Let me know your comments and opinions as well. You know, I don't want to restrict this to myself. This is my match reaction, but I'm curious to see you guys' insights and what you guys have to say regarding this game. The number one thing which we need to start off by saying is we are arithmetically sixth. We are mathematically guaranteed the sixth position. So we are guaranteed a position above Lazio. We are guaranteed this last miracle chance, hope, I call it, of maybe qualifying to the Champions League if Atalanta win the Europa League and at the same time don't qualify in the first 4 places. And I personally think that this hope of maybe still having the chance of playing in the Champions League next season has killed us. And when I say it has killed us, it has kind of killed our mentality. Because the season basically ended. We are guaranteed 6th. We can't improve from this. We can't worsen. We are going to end the season as 6th best team in Italy. Now, I look at this, and I look at a lot of us fans, a lot of the reactions post-match yesterday. We won. Yes, incredible. And as much as I celebrate every time Roma wins, regardless of whether it's a Champions League final or a friendly game, the 31st of July in Australia against Milan, if my team wins, I celebrate. But we've fallen too low. We have fallen too low, my friends, because we got 6th. And I know the season ended, we won yesterday's game, happy days, summer is coming, off to the beach, Euros, peak life, beers, watermelon and all of that. But this is not a good season. 6th is not a good season. So there is very little to celebrate about this season. I think this season has been hard. And I will say this from the bottom of my heart. This season hasn't been easy because the start of it, we all know how it went. With tensions, a cycle over between players and the manager, Mourinho. Turmoil of changing the manager. The fans had to go all through this. Europa League, semi-final, fatigue, added on, poor construction of the team. Add all of these things together. Yes, okay. Maybe 6th is where we belong, but it's not a good season. So there is very little for us to celebrate. And what I'm saying here is that it's this little hope that we have of still getting in the Champions League, which is killing us and has made us fall very low. Because 6th is not a good season. Regardless of whether we will be playing in the Champions League next season, 6th is not a good season. Because this season went like this. But normally, 6th is far off from Champions League spots. So yes, okay, this season out of nowhere, 6th position, miracle, could bring us in the Champions League, but that doesn't happen every time, and that will not happen next year. It won't happen the year after. So this pattern that we have of I always qualify 6th, and I have always been getting 6th for the past 4 years, needs to ring a bell, needs to ring an alarm, and needs to go, I'm not improving. And this is a very big alarm, because if I'm not improving, then how do I improve? And that's a very easy question that you can ask yourself. If I don't improve, how do I improve? You don't improve. The reality is this. So we need to take this, and we need to take this fact that we've been getting 6th over 6th over 6th, use this to improve, because this has not been a good season. It hasn't been a good season. I don't change my opinion, in a sense that I still think, now that the season is done, I still think that Roma had all the tools to fight to get top 4. I still think that Roma have had this season all the tools to compete to get top 4, and maybe even to reach top 4. And now that I've gotten 6th, I'm not going, oh, actually, I'm going to change my mind. I'm not like that. I stick to my words. I still believe that this team had all the capabilities of getting top 4. The squad and the second lines aren't good enough, but that starting 11 is better than a lot of the teams that qualified for the Champions League. So this is where I see this season. Unfortunately, it's a failure. Unfortunately, it is a failure. We can't call this a success, because if this is a success for us, then we have fallen very low. What happened to all those days where we kept on getting second? We kept on getting second, and it was only because Juventus was made of an invincible team that stopped us from winning the titles. We've fallen low, and this season has not been a good season. So now we regroup. Players will stay, players will leave. Whoever will stay needs to want to stay. Ghisolfi needs to come in. He needs to have a plan. He needs to have direct communication with De Rossi. De Rossi as well. He needs to have a plan. The Fredkins as well. They need to know what they want to invest the money on. We need to have a trajectory. We need to know where this trajectory is going to bring us. Because if we keep on building our trajectory day by day with no end line, then this is the result. We have planned our present, not thinking about our future in these past seasons. And now we're in the future, and we're like, my present was bad. How do I build the future again? We need to build our present thinking about the long-term consequences and the long-term effects. Because if we keep on improving day by day, let's see how today goes, let's see how tomorrow goes, let's see how the day after goes. And if we live this situation and this project as a day-by-day project, then unfortunately we will go nowhere. Owitu says, bro, the title says match preview. Thank you very much. I made a mistake. I'll change it as soon as it ends. Thank you for telling me, mate. I would have definitely not noticed otherwise. So that's that. And I'm going to add one thing. Controversial. I like to be controversial. You know me. I like to be controversial. Sometimes I think being controversial is good. I'm going to say this, which a lot of people might not agree. We still have a chance of getting in the Champions League if Atalanta win the Europa League after tomorrow in Dublin against Bayer Leverkusen, and if at the same time Atalanta don't get top 4. The chance is there. It's not impossible. And this is where I come in and say, I don't want favours from Atalanta and Gasperini. It took a bit of time for me to reflect on this. The second we got thrown out of the Europa League by Bayer Leverkusen a few weeks ago, my mind constantly debated around, do I want to play the Europa League again and try and win it? Or do I want to go in the Champions League and get the money and live those emotions again? And 2 weeks after the 20th of May, 2 days to go until the Europa League final, I have come to my conclusion. I don't want favours from Atalanta. I don't want favours from that old bitch. I don't want favours from Gasperini. I don't want favours by Atalanta. I don't want favours from them. I want to deserve Champions League. We did not deserve Champions League this season. I want to claim that Champions League spot and say I have reached Champions League football because I have been better than all of you. And that is not something that we can say this season because we've never won a big game apart from that derby and against Napoli at the start of the season. So it means that we aren't ready for the Champions League. So I'm going to say this. I want to play the Europa League again. I don't want favourites from Atalanta. I don't want favourites from Gasperini. I hope they lose. Because there's something very big in me which characterises me as a person. I don't forget that 31st of May, I suffered. And I remember all of those Atalanta fans, as well as Lazio fans, Juventus fans, and the Feyenoord fans celebrating and living off our tears. Yes, but in that group of people who lived amongst our sufferance were Atalanta fans. And karma is a bitch. So I hope they suffer, just like we suffered, just like I suffered, just like the players suffered, and just like we as a whole suffered. I don't want favours from that team. I don't. I want to reach my objectives because I was good enough to reach them. So, again, will I complain if Atalanta bring us to the Champions League? I won't complain, I won't be here crying, but I will not celebrate. I will not watch that Europa League final on Wednesday, whenever it is, with an Atalanta kit on. No, I won't. I'd rather jump off a bridge than support Gasperini's team. So, the situation is this. The situation is, Champions League is great. I need the money. Yes, I need the money, and I agree with everybody who says that we need the money. But what about Atalanta? What about Bologna? What about Bayer Leverkusen? What about Girona? Did they spend immense quantities of money to be in the position they are now? No, they didn't. It's about quality over quantity. It's about what you spend your money on, not how much money you spend. Remember when you wrote essays at school and you kept on asking the teacher, sorry miss, how many pages do I need to write? And the teacher always says, and always have said, the same thing. Don't worry about pages. It's about quality over quantity. It's the same exact analogy. It's about what you spend the money on, not how much money you spend. So we can create a competitive team. We can win trophies and qualify for the Champions League. We just need to be creative. We need to be smart. We aren't the first team who needs to do this. And we certainly won't be the last team who needs to do this. Use a bit of creativity to build a team. And a bit of football knowledge to build a team. So that's that. With that bit, yeah, again, Champions League is great. But as much as Bernabeu nights are a class, they are a class until you get slapped. And I don't think right now, unless Ghisolfi comes in and out of nowhere out of the blue he pulls 8 starting players, invests them and all of that, I don't think this team is ready for Champions League. I don't. So why do I need to go in the Champions League? Great, Real Madrid away, incredible. I will never forget that, and then get slapped 5-0. No, that's great, but that's not what I live for as a fan. I want to win trophies, and I truly believe that if we play in the Champions League again, we are going to win it next season. Again, back to the game. Bad game. We can't say it was a good game. The team has been tired for the past month, which is worrying. It means that the second lines and the squad construction have been poor. Very unprecise yesterday. I think the word to describe yesterday's game is unprecise. A lot of shots outside of the attempts and not on target. Bad shots, bad passes, laziness. Yeah, it wasn't a good game. Then the red card came in. I thought we were going to lose with the red card. And then Lukaku, with an assist from El Shaarawy, headbutts it in. Probably in his last, in fact, not probably, certainty in his last last game as a Roma player, and most probably the last goal as a Roma player. You can read it from today's title. I don't want to sound repetitive. I know I've repeated this in the fan forum yesterday. I know I've repeated this on Instagram, on Roma Theory TV. Make sure to follow that on Instagram. Everybody do it. I don't want to sound repetitive. I've been mentioning this in every single match previews, match reaction and match preview since November. And I'm going to say it again. We need to keep Lukaku. People don't like him. People don't like his ego. People don't like his charisma. People don't like him as a player. But people who don't understand what Lukaku has brought to this team and will continue to bring to this team, even if he was to stay in the future, is something that we will not recover from. We will regret not having signed Lukaku. 40 million is a lot, I agree. But we need to try not only to force another one-year loan, which you never know, try. Number two, we need to try and force a decrease in price tag, because if we somehow manage to decrease that price tag from 40 million to even 33 million, I would spend the money. I would spend the money. Because Lukaku, since Dzeko, is the best striker we've seen. It's not a surprise that he scored 21 goals this season, Serie A and Europa League, with fullbacks who can't cross the ball. This guy scored 21 goals this season as a Roma player with fullbacks who can't fucking cross the ball. So you tell me what happens if this summer we get good fullbacks and add more support to him. He can score 35 goals. So he changes the game. He changes this team. And not only does he love staying here, because at the end of yesterday's game, he was visibly emotional. He was about to cry. He loves us, we love him. De Rossi likes him. He likes De Rossi. The team likes him. He released an interview today. Lukaku is a massive player, is an immense player. And Lukaku is an old school striker. I challenge you, if you're Gizolfi, to come in and get a striker, a good striker who can guarantee you 21 goals like Lukaku without spending 30 million. And I've opened up romanews.com, whatever that website is, to just get some transfer updates today. And I saw this article saying Roma are interested in signing Atletico Madrid's striker, what's his name, who's on loan at Alaves. And Atletico Madrid are asking for 40 million for somebody who I don't even know his name. So what I will be very pissed this summer is if we spend 35 million for a player who I can guarantee you will bring nothing, when we could have easily spent that same amount of money for a proven striker, knows this league, has adapted very quick and very well in this team, has scored 21 goals with zero service from the flanks. This is the basic. I want to see what happens with Lukaku. I'm not saying we need to buy him, but if we buy somebody who's worse than him and spend the same amount of money as we could have to secure him, then that Gizolfi does not come in as a hero. He comes in as a loser. The image will definitely be worsened. I'm very curious to see. Do I think he's going to stay? No, I don't. Do I think there's a chance? Yes, there is. Because I think De Rossi from these last press conferences demands a bit more control, I think. He wants decisions, and it'll be a very big surprise if De Rossi doesn't at least try and tell the Fredkins, try and get Lukaku permanently. I would be very surprised. I think he's going to try. That doesn't mean that we'll succeed in buying him, but I definitely think he's going to try. Moving on, it was also a very emotional game. Strootman yesterday back at the Olimpico. Great scenes, filmed a stadium vlog on it, so make sure to watch that. What a player, what a legend, legacy, history. He will never be forgotten. A lot of question marks on Dybala as well. I don't know. I don't want to speak about Dybala right now. My honest reaction is this. I don't care right now. The decision is up to him. His contract says he can stay for one more season. Yes, the release clause is very low. Maybe we can eliminate that release clause. I don't know what he wants to do. I'm not sure what Oriana wants to do. I'm not sure if De Rossi's going to push for him to stay. I definitely think he will. I'm not sure if the Fredkins want to invest on a new contract for him. I think we need to keep him. I think he's the best player in this league. Has the potentials of being the best player in this league. And I think losing a player like Dybala, yes, he's injury prone, but he is probably the player which has brought us to a position where we are today. which, yes, is a bad season, but if 3-4 months ago somebody would have told me that we still have a chance of getting Champions League football, then I would have laughed at your face. So it's a failure, but we've definitely improved from 4 months ago. Yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah, and then the last thing. The last game is going to be pointless against Empoli, but it's going to be fun because we have got the keys to control the relegation battle. We really, really do. It's going to be very entertaining. Verona are winning 2-0 away at Salernitana, which puts a massive brick on that relegation. Sassuolo relegated after 11 years. That's like winning a trophy. Sassuolo in the Serie B is like winning a trophy. It's the moment everybody has waited for since 11 years. Now they can't act all bitchy in that. So enjoy Serie B. And then the third team is between Empoli, Udinese and Frosinone. Verona are winning away at Salernitana, which means that they are arithmetically safe from relegation. So it's about Empoli, who are currently 18th with 33 points. Udinese 17th with 34 points. Frosinone 16th with 35 points. It cannot get bigger than this. Who will it be? We can control this. That game is pointless because, look, it's going to be so hard because we're going to be the bitches of the situation next weekend because we can literally control everything here. Lazio's going to win against Sassuolo. I mean, Sassuolo's already relegated. Let me just look at the last game week. We play Empoli. We're probably going to play all the kids, so I see Empoli winning that game. But then at the same time, we don't want Udinese to go down because we formed this alliance with Udinese after that Indica situation. And then at the same time, De Rossi doesn't want Frosinone to go down because it's Di Francesco. So it's like, what the fuck do I do? It really is. It's like, what the hell do I do? Do I lose? Do I win? Do I draw? Who do I save? Who do I save Empoli? Do I save Udinese? It's like a life or death situation here. Yeah. Who does everybody want to be relegated out of Empoli, Udinese and Frosinone? I actually like all three. I don't like Frosinone. Out of the three, I'd love for Frosinone to go down. But Di Francesco, of course, and then it's a good away end. It's a good away game. I went there this season. It's like 1 hour from here. So it's good content for next season. Empoli, I really like the manager. Incredible story. We'll speak about this in the Empoli preview. But he's lost his son in a car accident when he was 6 years old. And then from there, he uses this story as motivational for every team. And he's saved every team from relegation. And then you've got Udinese, who we formed an alliance with. So it's really like, I really want nobody out of these three to go down. But at the same time, somebody needs to go down. Who will it be? Oh, and Frosinone played Udinese in the last game week of the season. Oh my God. It does not get bigger than this. Frosinone played Udinese in the last game week of the season. Oh my God. Get your popcorn on Sunday because we gotta decide whoever goes through. We really are. We're like, it's going to be hard, but we need to pick what we do. If Empoli win, it might not be enough also. If Frosinone and Empoli... You know what's probably going to be the case? Frosinone and Empoli hoping us, and then they're probably going to agree on a draw. Oh my God. I can't wait till Sunday. I cannot wait. We're going to decide everything. We're like the evil. We're like the Captain Hooks of the situation. You know, like those TV shows, you've got win money, or like, no, what was it? Get the money or get the wife in those marriage TV reality shows. Do I get my ideal wife or do I get $1 million? And then you gotta press a button and decide, and you can't press both. And then like if you press the money, the wife goes like, oh, what the fuck did you do? No! It really is like that. I can't wait for it. Right, lads, I'm going to end it here. Stadium vlogs are done. I need to recharge a bit, rest a bit. We've got one more game to go. Live watch along for that, but it's a pointless game for us. It's a very important game for Empoli. But yeah, the season is over. I need to recharge a bit, think of new ideas. The best thing of being on YouTube and filming content is that every single game and every single video is a chance to improve. I'm very far away from the level of videos that I want to make, but I also know that I've improved a lot. So I can't wait to get back starting next season with more vlogs, with more videos, with more challenges. Crossbar challenge with Elia Pilgrim is coming in August. So yeah, massive content is gonna come. It's sad when the season is over, but don't worry, we'll be back together, all united in August. And don't worry, because transfer window news and all of that will happen even without the season. Let me know your favorite stadium vlog. I'll be very curious to see what everybody has to say. So let me know your favorite stadium vlog in the comments below. I'm going to talk to you tomorrow with more news as Ghisolfi makes his way to become the new Roma sporting director. And yeah, one more game week to go. Bring it on. And then the season, it's done. And then bring the Euros and the beach and the summer holidays all on. Right, love you all. Don't forget to hit the like. 100 likes would be absolutely amazing. Subscribe to the channel. Get your friends, families, girlfriends, grandparents to subscribe. It would be great. And don't forget to watch the stadium vlog yesterday. Kevin Strootman makes his way back home at the Olimpico. All of the emotions captured in that stadium vlog. Love you all. Take care and enjoy this intense night of Bologna against Juventus. Yep, boring game. It's going to end 1-0 to Bologna. Clip this. Right, bye-bye. Simo out.